What is up, guys, and I'm back for today's video. Hey everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. And this week I want to talk to you guys about alone time, or time to yourself. Now, I think time to yourself is probably one of the most underrated things in life today. A lot of people have a bunch to do, but for whatever reason they decide to prioritize alone time at the very bottom, like there's something better to do. But in reality, it's probably the most important thing that you can do just for your mental health. I know a lot of people won't be able to carve out a decent amount of time, but I know everyone can carve out a little bit of time in order to do something that they love, or just to have that alone time to make decisions that they need to make in their life. Now, for example, every morning I wake up, I make sure that I have time to write in this. And this is my journal. And as you can see, I have written in it, so I'm not lying. But I make time every morning to write in my journal just because it lets me set up for my day. It lets me do something that I enjoy and something that lets me get my thoughts out before I start the day-to-day routine. And I think that's very important. Now, time to yourself can actually help you make very big decisions, and that's because you won't have all those distractions around you with like other people's opinions or while they're talking and stuff like that. Like this past week, every day I have a daily stand-up meeting at my work, and I was asked a question and I had to make a decision on it. Well, I had like around 3 options or so, but as I was trying to think and trying to make that decision, I had, a bunch of other people that were on the meeting started talking, giving me their opinion on what I should do. And, overall, I love everyone on my team and whatnot, but I needed to make that decision. And with everyone, going back and forth with why I should do this or why I should do that, I just ended up just making a decision. And it was because it was an on-the-spot decision. I knew it wasn't going to be a good one, but I just gave one anyway. And lo and behold, later that day, when I actually had time to sit down and think about my options, I ended up changing my decision and going with a totally different one that people probably didn't realize, or that people probably didn't even really think about. But I was able to think about another option, and that's what alone time can do. You don't have all those distractions, you don't have people influencing your decisions, and it just helps a lot to be by yourself. And another example was actually yesterday. So I ended up coming home from work and I was really irritated and just tired from work, and I just wanted to do something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And so that was actually messing around with the camera tool for one of the games I play. And so what I did was I actually came down and I shut my door and locked it, and I put some headphones on, turned up some music, and just started playing around with the tool. And I spent like an hour or two just messing around with it, and it just put me in such a better mood just to be by myself and not worrying or not thinking about like anything else in my life. And it was just me, my computer, and the footage I was messing with. And it was just like a peace of mind type thing where obviously I was still doing something, I was still, working my mind and learning something new, but it pushed like all those things that I didn't want to worry about out. It just let me not think about those for a little while, even though I know I had to come back to it and think about it later the next day. But it just put me in a state of mind that I just really was just happy about. And I think that's like the very big key thing about alone time or being alone in your own mind, is just because you don't necessarily need to be like going crazy and making life decisions while you're alone or anything of that sort. I mean, you could read, you could journal, you can learn something new, you can just play a video game that deals with no one outside of just you, a single player game, and that you enjoy. It's just those things that just calm your mind, and it's different for everyone. I mean, some people might not be calmed by video games. Some people might rather read or write, like I said, but it's just doing those things that that you enjoy and that's going to make you happy, and just kind of clearing everything else out of your life just for those 15 minutes, half an hour, however much time you can actually give yourself without hindering anything else is probably the best thing that you can do, because it kind of gives you like a mental recharge, if that makes any sense at all. But even though you're still doing something, it's not something that's stressing you out. It's something that's making you happy, that you enjoy. And I think everyone strives to do that for like a living. But even when you're doing something that you love for a living, it's going to stress you out at some point, and you're going to move on to a different thing that's going to actually calm you down. So being alone and having that alone time just in your mind and just being able to do something for yourself, I think is one of the most important tools that you could have in your life. And that's why I think it should just be prioritized at the very top of any list that you make. So I know it's a bit shorter of a video this week, but I mean, this is kind of a straightforward topic, and I didn't want to drag on too long. With this extra time that you get back, hey, you could have alone time and, you know, do something that you want to do. So thank you for listening, and thank you for coming to watch my video. I might actually have another video up of the footage that I was just talking about just a second ago, dealing with that. It's just some fun little type project that I was having fun with yesterday, and you know, I was like, maybe I'll just put it out there just because. But thank you guys for coming and watching again, and please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also don't forget to check out my socials, which should be up on the screen right now. Not sure if you'll be able to click on them, but yeah. So alright, and I will see you guys next week. Thank you, and bye.